Now, you know those times where you get a song stuck in your head and you just can't remove it from your head no matter what. I've been singing a song all morning, which is the one they use in that meme video with He-Man. I think it's called Hey Ya 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 or something, the video. The original song is called What's Up or What's It or something like that, by a band called Four Non-Blondes, and it is actually quite a good song, to be fair. But it is rammed deep into my head, and I'm trying to, if this makes any sense whatsoever, I'm trying to remove it from my head by singing it a lot, and I know that sounds ridiculous, but hey, it helps sometimes. Anyways, gonna get to the battle here, and by the way, that's why my voice is probably sounding so dry and tired, which is the whole reason I started that rant in the first place. But now Regirock's here, and I definitely do not want to take any kind of rock attacks on my Masquerain. Interestingly, this is where I find out that Regirock does get the clear body ability, and why they thought that clear body was an appropriate ability for Regirock, I have no idea, but Regice, yeah, that kind of makes sense because it's kind of clear, but Regirock, I don't know. I guess it's a Regi, so it has the same ability, not exactly sure. Anyways, gonna go to Heatmor here to take whatever attack from the Haunter, which in retrospect was not a good idea. I half expected him to go for sub, I gotta be honest. At the same time, I didn't want to go to my special wall, Gothitelle, because obviously a Haunter's gonna do quite a lot of damage to me, so I figured, yeah, Heatmor's gonna be the one to sack. I guess I could have gone to Mighty Ina, but I kind of thought, okay, on the off chance he does go for Sludge Bomb, I don't want Mighty Ina to take that damage. Am I saying that right? Mighty Ina? I know Mighty Ina is easier to say, but I think Mighty Ina is like a sort of smushing together of the words Mighty and Hyena, so I don't know. It could be, but anyways, Heatmor is normally the death fodder if I do need anything on my teams, either Heatmor or Wormadam Steel. And I feel bad for the guys, I do. But they are the least valuable members on my team normally, so that's how it's got to be. So I go into Gothitelle here, there's kind of a few switches round and stuff. I didn't actually predict the Drain Punch earlier on Mighty Ina, but I figured Gothitelle was going to be the one to take it anyway. Now, if you're wondering why I kept going for Knockoff and switching back to Sandshrew and Gothitelle and whatever, it's because I kept predicting a switch into Haunter, and I kind of thought, oh, he's going to predict my Rapid Spin and go into Haunter. So I kept going for Knockoff, and either way, Regirock can't do too much to Sandshrew anyway. But I do get off an Energy Ball that does a pretty good chunk of damage, then he brings in Miltank on my Psychic, and now we're all caught up, which is good. So now he's going to go for Heal Bell, get rid of all that paralysis on his Miltank and his Regirock, which is not too big a deal. I mean, I don't actually have Toxic on this team, which is a bit unfortunate, so I guess Paralysis is the best I can do, so I don't know, not too big a deal because he is actually a curse set as it turns out, and I was very scared by this. Curse Miltank is a bit of a beast, and I think it might possibly get Gyro Ball as well. I was kind of thinking of using a Curse Miltank with Gyro Ball. If it doesn't get Gyro Ball and I'm just talking complete crap, then ignore what I'm saying, but it might possibly get that, and if it does, I can see that being a pretty good set, even though it does have pretty good natural base speed. But anyways, going to bring in Golduck here and just go for Home Claws. Now, I kind of thought that Golduck was my best bet to actually take this thing down because I do have the Cross Chop with the old +1 accuracy and the +1 attack. And Home Claws does bring Cross Chop up to above 100% accuracy, I believe. So go for a Cross Chop there, does a pretty good chunk of damage, and he is unfortunately going to go for Body Slam and get the Paralysis here. Now obviously that is pretty bad for Golduck, but then again, I do have the Aqua Jet here, which I probably should have gone for here, but I guess I was kind of worried that an Aqua Jet might not kill a +1 Miltank, and Ice Punch might not have either because he may have the Thick Fat ability. I don't know, but he does go into Haunter, he does predict my Cross Chop very nicely here. Go for an Aqua Jet, and it does a pretty decent chunk of damage to him. I mean, Haunter's paper thin, it's a bit of a glass cannon, so yeah, that did a decent chunk of damage. Now here, this is where I thought, ah, you sneaky devil. I find out that he's not choiced, because I was kind of thinking either Choice Scarf or Choice Specs the whole way through, because I don't know, I didn't see Life Orb recoil, and I kind of suspected that if he doesn't have Life Orb, he's probably choiced. Not exactly sure, but He's going to go for a Destiny Bond, and I'm glad I went for sub because now I can just go for a turn to not kill him off and therefore not be at risk of Destiny Bond. And now I can go for a Sucker Punch as he's probably going to try and attack me, fearing the sub again. So that kind of works out for me there. Get rid of that thing, which was a pretty big threat to my team. Given that my special wall was Gothitelle, and Gothitelle does not appreciate those Shadow Balls. So now he brings in his Ozymandias here to get off the Intimidate and hopefully get off a super effective Bug Buzz on me. Now I kind of thought that Grim might potentially get a sweep going here. Because he's got, what, this, a low health Miltank, a low health Regirock, and I think a Mr. Mime as well. So Grim could potentially do a little sweep here, but as you can probably tell from the length of the video, that's not going to happen because he does actually manage to kill me off here. Masquerain is a bit of a beast. You do not want to mess with this thing. Hence why I'm bringing in my own Masquerain. Now, I didn't really have a better choice at this point because I think all I have is Sandshrew and Masquerain, and I can't touch Masquerain with Sandshrew apart from Knockoff, which will probably do as much as Leftovers. And I kind of thought, if I'm going to win this game, I need to get off a Masquerain sweep somehow. So I'm going to start setting up some Quiver Dances. I could have potentially killed him off with a Bug Buzz there, but like I said, I wanted to get set up first and just kind of, I guess, ensure that Masquerain could outspeed the Mr. Mime and take out the bulky beast, which is Octillery. Now he's going to start Quiver Dancing as well. Now here's where I got a bit worried because he has the Roost, he has the Quiver Dance so he can match my stat boosts, and he probably has Air Slash as well. Well, that's what I was thinking at the time anyway. Because normally you'd have like Dual Stab in the form of Bug Buzz and Air Slash, plus Quiver Dance, plus something else. So I was a little bit worried there, thinking he did have the Air Slash, but he doesn't apparently because he baton passes out to his Octillery. And I thought, yes, brilliant, I can work with this. He's actually going to take the Giga Drain there. I don't know how many stat boosts each of us have respectively. I mean, I probably have like one level higher than him in terms of Quiver Dances. I'm not exactly sure, but either way, I do manage to take the Flamethrower there. I mean, I have the Focus Sash anyway, but I'm still surprised that it actually took that Flamethrower so well, given that it is a Masquerain. So now he's going to bring in Mr. Mime, and from this point onwards, it's pretty much just Masquerain unleashing his rage for the death of Heatmor upon the other player's team. I mean, Masquerain is one of those things which, once it gets set up, is a bit of a beast. Especially when you get the baton pass as well. You pass it out to, I don't know, Electros or Octillery. I mean, he had the right idea of this team here. Octillery receiving a Quiver Dance baton pass from Masquerain is pretty much an unstoppable threat, to be honest. But yep, gonna go for a Bug Buzz here and take out the Miltank, and I believe his last is just his own Masquerain, which is actually gonna die to Rocks, which is the unfortunate truth about bug flying types. They will get absolutely destroyed by Stealth Rocks. So yeah, that was a really great game, Lemons. I don't actually know your proper name from the Smogon Battle Finder, but if you're watching this, let me know and I'll put it in the video description. Really close game with the Masquerains. I actually thought that that one was going to destroy me because I only had Giga Drain and Bug Buzz to actually hit him with, but yeah, if you guys enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like rating, and with that being said, I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.